But we start with the Manchester derby, of course. So Ralf Rangnick will go head-to-head with Pep Guardiola in the Premier League for the first time in just over 48 hours on Super Sunday. We heard from the blue half of the city in the last hour. Let's now turn our attentions to the red half and Manchester United's first in-person news conference for 2 years. Here is Ralf Rangnick.
Ralf, given that the chances you're creating, 160 more than any other side in the Premier League since you came, shows the progress you're making. Do you think you've got a good shout to be the permanent manager next season?
I have no idea, and
what would you like to be?
I haven't made any thoughts about that because my focus is on Sunday and then the next game against Tottenham and Atletico, and there is no, to be honest, no time and no space for me to think about anything else than the upcoming games.
During your unveiling, during your very first press conference, you said you'd be open to at least considering the permanent job. So
no.
Is it right to surmise you have changed your opinion?
I exactly know what I said. I said with a twinkle on my eye, I said maybe at one stage at the end of the season,
Yes.
I might recommend myself to the club in my role as an advisor. This is exactly what I said.
So you'd still do that?
Pardon?
You still do that with a twinkle in your eye?
I don't know. It's not the end of the season. We have another 11 games to play, and hopefully not only one, but a few more Champions League games. So right now we have enough to do to prepare ourselves for the game on Sunday, and this is where my full focus is.
Ralf, it's your first derby, it's your first meeting with Pep. What are you expecting?
Well, we know that we are playing against one of the best, if not the best team in the world, in Europe, that for sure, and in the world. They have developed well since he arrived here. The same happened at Bayern Munich and at Barcelona when he was there. So he's one of the best, most influential managers and head coaches in the last 10, 15 years. So we know what kind of team and what kind of style of football we are facing. And that's why it will be about tactical discipline. It will be a lot of defensive work necessary. A lot of sprinting, running against the ball, with the ball, waiting for transitional moments, and then taking our chances. This is what it's all about. I think we created enough chances in the last 10, 11 games. At times we converted them, like at Leeds, for example, where we scored 4 goals. But it's correct, we should have scored more goals, especially in the last game against Watford. We should have scored at least 1, 2, 3 goals in order to win the game. But I would be more worried actually if we didn't create chances. But I think the way that we've been playing, the way that we prepared and created those chances, I think was good. And also against the ball, when the other team is in possession of the ball, we are compact. We didn't allow them too many chances, and this is exactly what we need in the game against Manchester City.
Ralf, will Edison Cavani be there to help with the goal scoring this weekend, and what is the rest of the team use?
Yeah, he's back in training since yesterday, and today was his second training session with the team. It looks good, so I think he could at least be part of the group for Sunday. Apart from that, we have 2 or 3 question marks behind some players, but we will have to wait and see what happens by tomorrow or on Sunday. But Edison, I think, will, as it stands now, will be part of the group.
Do you think that as a club you are in a position to get somewhere near to Manchester City? They seem to have the structures right. They seem to have the kind of foundation from chief executive to technical director to manager. It all seems quite fluid, whereas at Manchester United it's not seemed like that. I know you've got a wider role, or you will have a wider view, but do you think Manchester United have what it needs in place to be able to get somewhere near to City?
To be honest, I haven't thought about that actually, and I don't know. I don't even know the structure or the setup at Manchester City. I know most of the people here in our club, but again, my focus was and still is on developing the current team and getting the best out of this season. What is obvious, not only with Manchester City, but also with Liverpool, they've had continuity and consistency on the position of their manager, their head coach. for 5 or 6 years, for the past 5 or 6 years. They have a very clear identity, a clear idea of how they want to play. And I know Jürgen in person, and I also know Pep from those 3 years in Germany when he was head coach of Bayern Munich. He also has a clear idea how he wants to play. And this idea is the headline for everything that happens in the club, for recruitment, for any new players that they sign, or even for players that they at one stage will sell. And this is, I think, the secret behind their success, that they exactly know how they want to play. They have a clear identity, or you can also call it a corporate identity. And this is their guideline for everything what they do, not only probably for new players, but also for staff members, for experts in different areas of the game that have become a bit more important in the last 10, 15 years. This is what all the top clubs in Europe have in common. And this is something that I think also at Manchester United needs to be developed and improved in the next couple of years.
So, big game for Ralf Rangnick and Manchester United. Hugely important, of course, for City too, because Liverpool could close to within 3 points of them at the top tomorrow. Pep Guardiola looking forward to facing United side who are led by Ralf Rangnick.
I would say the idea from Ralf Rangnick is the tendency already in the Premier League. So many teams want to play in that way. So Ralf Rangnick is like a father of this gegenpressing, of these transitions and play inside, and we see that with Liverpool, with Southampton, with JC Marks in Leeds, a little bit with the details Chelsea with Thomas Tuchel, but Thomas Tuchel played a little bit more wider with the wingbacks, but it's a tendency. So most of the clubs, or here in England, 5 or 6 teams are playing in this way. So and important ones like Liverpool, United, Chelsea, Southampton is doing incredible well, and Leeds now. So is the work has done in Germany is exceptional. In Leipzig created proper school, the Leipzig Red Bull from Austria, and New York Red Bull. All the teams play the same philosophy. And I think he came here to try to install it, and you see some patterns that what he want to do it.
Hi, Pep. It's 10 years ago this year that Aguero scored the goal that won City the title. Since then, City and United have gone on quite different paths. City with a lot of success, United not so much. What have you made of the last decade and the two clubs and the route they've gone?
Wow, we need 1 hour to explain what we have done. Man City, what I've done Man United, I don't know because I'm not there, and it's not my business.
Are you surprised at United's lack of relative success?
It's not my business, I'm not there. I don't know, I cannot give an opinion.
Given that both teams have something to play for, City the title, United the top 4, are you expecting a really, perhaps one of the most competitive Manchester derbies you've had whilst being here?
Tomorrow? Yes, yeah. Tomorrow?
On Sunday, yeah?
All the time United has been it doesn't matter, he's fighting for the titles. When we played final the Champions League with Sir Alex, right now, these years, like last year we'll compete to be champion, or the last years being into 4, always have a massive respect for the history they have, for the quality the players they have, and it doesn't matter what happens, always have a lot of respect, a lot. It doesn't matter with the previous manager, now with Ralf Rangnick, so have a lot of respect the players they have.